This podcast is a proud member of the UUOP Network.
Welcome to Rush of Fear Podcast, where we chat all things Halloween Horror Nights, Universal Destinations and Experiences premiere scare event. Tonight, for episode 1 of season 6, we will be jumping back into our HHN history lessons with HHN 2004. So now, let the mayhem begin.
What a rush of fear.
Yeah, what's up? Hello. I don't know why that happened that way. I think I was going to say yo, and then I, at the same time, started to say something else. But my name is Kenneth. And
I liked it.
Yeah, I don't know what happened. My name is Kenneth. I'm joined today by my dear friend, Maddy.
Hello.
And at the moment, Michelle is not with us, but she may be able to join us before we're done, so I guess we'll wait and see.
Fingers crossed.
Yeah. What's up, Maddy? How are you?
Hi, I am doing pretty great. Happy first episode of season 6. Woo-hoo!
Yeah, Happy New Year. Happy New Year to you and to all the listeners.
Yes.
Hold on, let me stop fidgeting with this thing on my desk. Happy New Year to everyone.
Happy New Year.
I realized I was making noise. Yeah, wow. There's like so much that we could look forward to this year.
Yeah.
And I don't know, like I'm sure announcements are far off.
Yes.
But you know, that doesn't mean that we have to stop talking about this thing, you know?
This is true. We have so many years of history that we still haven't chatted about yet. We're only at 2004, which feels like we've been doing the history episodes for a while, but then I have to remind myself, like, there's still so much to go. Like,
yeah, and we usually only end up being able to do like 3 of them a year before we have to start talking about this year. So it'll take a while. We got to keep going until we finish.
It will. We have many, many years, many houses that I've only heard brief, tiny details of that I can't wait to talk about, but also houses that I'm sure I've never heard of, or you've never heard of, or Michelle's never heard of, that are just like not really talked about. And since the early years don't have a lot of like physical archives and documentation, we're going to learn new things every single time we talk about the history episodes.
Well,
So
and we're almost now, I've been saying this for a while, I'm sure, but this is the year before my first year attending. So we're almost there. Our next episode might be about a one that I went to. And I can talk about houses that I actually did. I believe that this year, 2004, if I know my UUOP network lore, this is, I believe, the first year that Lee and Tracy went to HHN. Yeah. So, I don't know. Yeah, this is a cool era of Halloween Horror Nights, but we'll get into it.
It is. I know. I'm so excited. All right. As always, some housekeeping for you guys. So the Rush of Fear Society membership is always available and is just $5 a month or $50 for the entire year. You get access to our bonus content feed, which has our movie watch-alongs, unedited content, and Yap of Fear, along with access to our Society Discord. The link can be found in our show notes of the episode or on our Instagram and Twitter at Rush of Fear. If you could, please leave a spooky rating and review on whatever podcast platform you're using. It would really help us out, and we always love hearing from you, the listener.
And be sure to check out our merch storefront at tpublic.com. Search for Rush of Fear Podcast, and you'll find our page and all our products. And be sure to check out my band Pangolin everywhere you listen to music online, and follow us on social media at PangolinFL. For more general Universal Orlando Resort news, check out our friends and UUOP Network hosts over at the unofficial Universal Orlando podcast, wherever podcasts can be found. And check out our other UUOP network friends, the Theme Park Duo, Port Key Passport, the Taste of Universal podcast, the unofficial Universal Great Britain podcast, and my other show, big dumb stuff. All
Big dumb stuff.
right. Now, let's get into this episode.
Yes. All right. Halloween Horror Nights 2004, also known as Halloween Horror Nights 14. Taglines include, "What's your breaking point?" and 2 times the fear. Oh boy.
I know what that's about.
Ooh. So, Halloween Horror Nights was reaching a popularity boiling point in 2004. Universal decided to do something that was on the minds of fans since the event moved to Islands of Adventure in 2002. For the first time in its history, Halloween Horror Nights would occupy not only Universal Studios, but it would include Universal Islands of Adventure. Technically, it wasn't truly both of the parks, but half of both. On really busy nights, Universal would sometimes open up the back half of Islands of Adventure and Universal Studios to allow more roaming. While guests would enter through Islands of Adventure, the 2 parks would be connected via 2 separate scare zones. Unfortunately, though, 2004 was a tough year for Central Florida. The area was bombarded by a series of hurricanes and storms throughout the summer and into early fall. This not only set back construction, but it also damaged some of the scare zones. For example, Universal spent the summer growing stalks of corn for the Field of Scream scare zone. Some of this was damaged as a result of the storms, causing Universal to scramble to fix it last minute. Even the employee preview night was canceled. It was said that even on the afternoon of opening night, workers were still putting finishing touches on the scare zones. 2004 did not have an icon, although Jack Eddy and the caretaker and the director appeared in their own house titled Horror Night Nightmares. I guess that's where the stalk of corn myth and curse evolved from. Man.
I remember that year because I was in, I believe I was in 8th grade, that 2004 hurricane season. And like my school did not have a full week of school until the 5th week because there were hurricanes every week.
Yes. That was the year of Charlie, Francis, Ivan, and Jean.
Yes, those were them.
That was a rough year. Yeah. Because I grew up further down in Florida and on the water. So I grew up in West Palm Beach, Florida.
Oh, yeah.
We also didn't have school for a very long time. It was crazy. We lost a lot of our roof, I think one of those. I think it was Jean, the very, very last one. Yeah.
Yeah. I think Charlie hit Orlando the hardest. Charlie or Francis, I think.
Yes.
But yeah.
Yeah. That's crazy. Wow. It's fun, like, knowing the history of, like, weather in Florida as a Floridian, but not living in Orlando growing up like you did. So, like, I didn't know how it affected the theme parks. I only knew how it affected the theme parks as I was, like, a cast member and working at the parks now. So,
yeah.
That's so fun. I mean, not fun, but, like, it's interesting connecting those 2 pieces of history in my head. All right. Well, going back to Horror Nights, the 2004 event took place over 18 separate nights from October 1st to Halloween itself. It began at 6:30 p.m. every night and ended at 12 a.m. on off-peak nights and the usual 2 a.m. on peak nights. All right. This is the one that always hurts my soul a little bit to read or listen to. A single night admission ticket was $54.75 plus tax. That's crazy.
That's like a third of the ticket now, right?
Yeah, that's cheaper than buying a Halloween Horror Nights t-shirt at the event.
In some cases, I think that might be true.
Yeah, they're like $25, $30 nowadays.
It's less than a Spirit jersey.
Oh, for sure. Sure. It's the price of, I don't even know. That's like a souvenir popcorn bucket.
Yeah, some of them probably true.
Like that little boo
the
popcorn
really elaborate
bucket.
Ones. Yeah, that one had a projector in it. Okay, so the event increased the amount of houses to 7. A whopping 7 houses. Castle Vampire in Soundstage 23 is the first one that we're going to talk about. The castle itself is rumored to be the blood shrine of an ancient race that is long feared, but of which little is known. With ornamentations gathered from all over the world, Castle Vampire is said to contain a talisman from each house of the breed. And this evil congregation beckons the faithful to gather every 13 years to renew vows to a dark power that drives their insatiable thirst for immortality. Okay, that's cool and original. I believe I saw a sequel to this at some point, but yeah, I love a good original vampire story.
It sounds crazy. Like I'm trying to picture what it would look like on the inside, but I think I like it. It apparently got a sequel scare zone in 2006 titled Blood Masquerade.
Oh, I remember that, I think. Yeah, that sounds familiar. I'm pretty sure there was a vampire house in 2005. We'll get there.
Oh, nice.
But this one was Castle Vampire, and I feel like I can envision what it looked like. I'm imagining similar to, like, you haven't been, but in Vegas, the like entrance area, there's like a vampire queen that you can meet. That she's like one of the characters that's there.
Oh,
and I feel like that's very along the same lines.
Ooh, maybe it is. You never know.
We should have asked her about that when I was there.
Darn.
Yeah, I'll have to go back. So man. Next up inside the earthquake queue was Deadtropolis. Something went wrong, terribly wrong. Genetic engineers bent on unlocking the secrets of longevity instead unlocked a Pandora's box of horror. There is a fate worse than death, and it is quarantined in a cityscape that has been named Deadtropolis, where the undead roam in search of the living, and the living cower and hide in fear of their lives. Okay, it kind of feels like just like a zombie thing, right?
It does. The artwork on the website, the Horror Nights Wiki website, is so funny because the girl kind of looks like the girl from The Exorcist, the original, and then it's just a neon green New York cityscape behind her. It's very 2004. But apparently, this was also an unofficial tie-in to the 2004 movie Dawn of the Dead.
Oh, okay. So yeah, see, there you go.
Definitely zombies.
Yeah. You know, you got two of your mainstays right here.
True.
Right here, back to back.
True.
Oh, I'm
Vampires
looking at the Deadtropolis art
zombies.
you're talking about.
Isn't it so silly?
Yeah. Yeah, it really is. Graphic design has come a long way since then.
It really has. It really, really
All
has.
right, next up in IOA, we have in the Carnage Warehouse, the Disorientorium. Ooh, that's hard to say. Disorientorium. Here, hours stretch and reality bends. Up is last and everything bends. Front is left and back is right. Day is dark and noon is night. Oh, noon is right.
What?
The walls, it just doesn't make sense. It's disorienting. The walls and doors and sound, the walls are doors and sound is sight, where white is dark and black is bright. Straight around the next curved squares on first, last, bottom, top 3 stairs. I feel like I'm reading a spell. I'm going to finish reading this and like a witch is going to appear in my room. Bitter scents are terrible sweet. Hearts are tails and heads are feet. Way up slow beneath the loft, far away, close is hardly soft. And you always choose and you always win, and you never leave the way you came in. What in the hell?
What?
So I'm looking now at the wiki, okay, because that gave us nothing. I don't understand. And I think that's the point, right? The point of it is to be disorienting, but that did not describe anything about what the experience of this house is.
Yeah, and the image, the house artwork is awful. It like makes me kind of ill to look at, which I'm sure is probably the point, but I don't like it.
Yeah. So the house was a roadside attraction that drove tourists mad. The most notable tourist was named John. Let's see. Description. Okay. Oh, there's the thing that I just read. This spell, the incantation. Yeah, so it's a roadside attraction described as being like bungee jumping for the mind. The attraction was designed to disorient guests and would be very similar to fun houses. However, the attraction was known for causing terrible side effects. Patrons would sometimes lose their senses and suffer from nausea. People suffer from hallucinations and susceptibility to psychedelic stimuli, were advised not to enter the attraction. One of those notable victims of this attraction was a man named John. John was a reasonably successful accountant with a fiance and lots of friends. They would leave messages on his phone detailing the experiences he had with his clients. On July 13th, 2004, he met with the owner of Disorientorium Incorporated to discuss bookkeeping audit procedures. In his first message detailing his experiences with Disorientorium, he mentions how unusual and intriguing the company was. He ended the message by saying he would visit the premises next week. Okay, is this the house? I feel like this is what happened in
I know.
the house.
I was reading ahead trying to get like some sort of idea, but even like the website photos are just really bad 2000, like early 2000s cell phone. Like it looks like a cell phone's writing an email or like a pager. So I think all of that is from the website. You remember how they used to do the website and there were clues on the website that would tell you about the house? That's what all of that is. So I don't know if that's the backstory of the house or if it's a description of the house. But I can just imagine.
The description.
Oh.
Of the house.
Oh, of course it's further down.
It's a little further down. Yeah. Okay. So you enter this maze through a spinning vortex tunnel. A classic, an HHN staple. Let's bring it back. This tunnel turns slowly and has a very disorienting effect on you, causing you to feel a bit dizzy. Next, you enter a dark hallway where the walls literally try to suffocate you. Oh, I wonder if that's like those those like inflatable wall tunnels. Yeah. This is due to air tubes that are in the walls. After making it through this hallway, you enter an ink blot strobe room. The strobes are heavy here, and actors dressed as ink blots who blend in well with the room pop out at you, causing you to feel alarmed. Oh, okay. Is that what? Causing you to feel alarmed. Next, you enter a room where there are neon-colored balls all over the walls and hanging from the ceiling. Camouflaged actors jump out at you and scream, which was quite disturbing. I love the commentary that's written in with this. Next, you enter a room where there are paint splats all over the wall. There are mannequins here and actors dressed just like the mannequins who run at you and scream. Next, you enter a sparkling mirror room, which is very confusing. You then enter a mirror maze, much like the one from the previous year's Funhouse of Fear. The maze is confusing, and you bump into a glass a few times as you try to find your way out. That's part of it. You have to bump into the glass.
Yeah, of course.
There are treeks and foons in this portion of the maze.
Yes.
Is that one way down there? Or is it right next to you? The mirror trick is effectively used here. Finally, you enter a hallway with red, white, and yellow silk sheets on both sides. Actors dressed like birds jump out at you from both sides. Finally, you escape from this maze. Okay.
So it's a fun house. It's just a really disorientating fun house. That's kind of awful.
Yeah. Oh, I like that.
Oh, I'd get so sick. You'd have to like drag me out. I'd be on the floor. I wouldn't be able to move. I don't do really well with the revolving tunnel does in fact make me feel very ill. I'm a bit of a wimp in that regard.
I take it as a challenge. I always try to walk through the whole tunnel without touching the handrails. That's my goal. Yeah. I'm pretty good at it, I think.
Nice. These photos are great. And I'm going to post them on our Instagram when I post this episode. Because everyone has to see how weird this is.
Yeah.
Also, our Teeks and Foons were dressed way better. These guys have it's just a neon costume. There's no like design to it. Ours were better.
Like the ones we had in the scare zone a couple years ago?
Yes. Yeah. The 31 or 30. No, that was 30. Yeah.
Yeah. That was a long time ago. Okay. So then in Soundstage 22, there was Ghost Town. The original, one of my favorite houses of all time was a sequel to this house, so I'm excited about this.
Yes.
Strangled by gold fever, the violent town of Lightning Gulch disappeared in a fierce thunderstorm that swallowed up the settlement and all its ill-fated souls. Today, there is no trace of the gulch, except when vicious storms rage. Once again, revealing all of the buildings that the tortured ghosts once again revealing all of the buildings and the tortured ghosts that lurk in its streets, saloons, and alleyways. Still desperate to protect long-lost treasure, these wretched spirits remain blinded by the lust for gold and enraged by greed.
Where's my gold?
I would have loved this. I would have loved this so much.
I know.
It's weird. I don't care about Westerns in general, but I love a Western haunted house.
That's a fair take. That's valid. I do wish we had more Western houses, though. They're just it makes sense. It's a time period that makes sense to have a haunted house made out of it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I like that, Ghost Town Lightning Gulch was definitely it had its moments of humor, but it was definitely not like a funny house. Mm-hmm. Where I think Hatchet and Chains a little bit did have more of a sense of humor throughout it.
Yeah.
And maybe I'm only putting that on it because of where it originated in Slaughter Cinema, but I don't know. To me, it was kind of silly, and that's why I loved it, and maybe why a lot of people didn't love it. But I want to see more of this, actually scary, serious type of Western house, and I think Ghost Town probably was that. Yeah.
No, I agree, because this is ghosts in Western. We had, Fallout, if you count the ghoul as being a Western character, that was more obviously apocalyptic Western, which is also a great vibe. Then you had Hatchet and Chain, which is all demons, which is another amazing Western vibe. So I don't even know what we're missing. Vampire Western.
Oh yeah. Well, From Dusk Till Dawn kind of is that. And that's happened.
That's true. I didn't.
Or maybe it's not. I've never seen that. Me either.
But yeah, a vampire or a witch Western.
Oh, there we go. Haven't seen that.
Zombie Western.
Yeah. Yeah.
There's so many possibilities.
Yeah. Okay, moving on to the next house, Hellgate Prison. We remember that name. I recognize that. This could be found in Soundstage 20. And I guess it is a shared soundstage, perhaps? Not so far. Not from what we've read so far. Okay. So, in Soundstage 20, Warden Robert L. Strickland's monument to himself, where paying visitors suddenly find themselves lost and alone inside the penitentiary's cell blocks, corridors, and secret chambers. Along with a prison population of insane inmates, crazed convicts, and convicted criminals with nothing to lose before they walk the last mile to sit on top of Old Smoky, the world's most excruciatingly painful electric chair. Is this the origin of Old Smoky?
I think so. There hasn't been another prison. Yeah, up to this point, I don't think there's been like a real true like prison house.
Yeah. Okay, that's pretty cool. I feel like this was probably pretty scary. I don't know. I feel like I did a Hellgate one, but it was like, I think it was like Hellgate Derailed or something like that. And it was like they were like transporting the inmates to a different facility on a train that crashed. And so they've all escaped. And so you're kind of going through the train wreckage and like the little town that it crashed into. Yeah. And that one was in the earthquake queue. I don't remember what year that was, but we'll get to it soonish probably.
That's very cool. These pictures on the wiki are crazy. It's probably just one of the scare actors that brought like their digital camera to work with them one day. But it's just a bunch of dudes and gals in your basic prison gear covered in blood.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Classic.
The 2000s.
Yeah. This next one was also in Soundstage 20, and it is called Horror in Wax. Ooh. Oh, okay, here we go. The classic monsters themselves are all here, carved in wax, sculpted in resin, and frozen in paraffin. Perfectly preserved at the very moment tragedy struck. But this twisted enterprise was not abandoned. Instead, it became home to a deranged menagerie of the bizarre, who lure guests inside for purposes that will become terrifyingly clear. Huh? Who?
I don't know. I'm confused.
Yeah, so originally I was like, oh, it's kind of like that night at the museum concept, right? Like we're going through a wax museum and the things are alive. Okay, cool. But no, it's some other deranged menagerie of the bizarre has taken residence in this wax museum. I don't understand this.
I don't either. And the photos on the website give me nothing to go off of.
Yeah.
There's one picture of a guy dressed in what could be like a generalized werewolf. But then everyone else just kind of looks like a goopy wax figure. So I don't know. Who's to say? Kind of silly though.
Yeah. It was probably great, but I don't know. It's hard to know from what this says. At least it is more descriptive than the Sorientorium one, which was literally just gibberish.
The worst kind of like Dr. Seuss. Oh, goodness. All right. That was number 6, right?
One more. And this says that it's in Soundstage 44, which I don't think exists, or at least not anymore. I don't know where this would have been. Because I know there's Soundstage 33. That's like 33 is the one next to the library facade that you walk past when you're going back there, where they do like the media events and stuff. But I don't know where 44 is. Interesting. But anyway, this is Horror Nights Nightmares. That name seems familiar to everyone who pays attention to Horror Nights Online. Come face to face with your worst horror night nightmares. The director, the caretaker, Eddie, and Jack are all waiting to take you on a little stroll down memory lane. Spend a little quality time behind the scenes with your favorite icons of Halloween Horror Nights past. They're waiting for you on the very sets that made them infamous. Up close, and this time, it's personal. That sounds good.
That does sound really good. Soundstage 44 is the building formerly housing Hercules and Xena.
Oh, okay.
And
I'm
then
pretty sure
Murder,
that's
She
where
Wrote. Transformers
I'm pretty sure that's where
is.
Transformers is now. Yeah.
Yeah. Huh. I had no idea. Well, no, I suppose they might have done some houses. But then again, that's not a number that I recognize.
44?
Yeah. Oh, it looks like they just used it twice. 2004 and 2012. Well, there we go.
12.
That's our answer.
Oh, that was the year I didn't go. That makes sense. Okay, cool. I actually
Fun.
never went in either of those shows, the Herc and Xena or the what other one, Murder She Wrote. Yeah, I never saw those.
I wish I could have seen them.
Yeah, I don't even have like a good concept of like what they were or like what the experience was. But yeah, I don't know. I was there. I could have seen them. I just didn't.
Oh.
Just like the Alfred Hitchcock thing. Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
Sad.
Okay, but hey, that does it for houses. 2004. That's honestly, it sounds like a pretty solid lineup. Those all sound like good concepts. And we've got some classic, horror night, like storylines and like locations and
yeah,
I guess franchises starting here. So this is kind of a monumental year for HHN.
It is, which is so fun. It's been a really great time being able to see the beginnings of houses that I know nowadays in the years that I've been going. It's fun to see the origin.
Yeah.
And just how, like, who in their right mind would think of some of these houses? The creative team is insane. Like, their brains are something else for them to have come up with all of these for so many years. But yeah, so houses obviously were not the only thing at Halloween Horror Nights. We also have our scare zones. This year, only four scare zones. We had one crossing point between Iowa and USF back in the day was Seuss Landing, which is that back lot that you kind of walk through when you're going to Grinchmas. And this was the Field of Screams scare zone, which had all of the stalks of corn, the ears of corn that got demolished. Sad day. But our description is stay off the path that is twisted and worn, where stalks all grow tattered and torn. For all those who do, stay lost and forlorn, singing forever the rhyme of the corn.
Okay. The rhyme of the corn. I wonder if the characters in the zone were saying the rhyme of the corn, whatever that is.
Let's see if there are any pictures. Yeah, there's a couple. There's 2 photos of female scare actors in like Daisy Dukes and flannel shirts. There's a scare actor in a long black cloak with kind of like a hay hood and shawl and like a scary mask on. So yeah, it just kind of looks like farmers would pop out at you, but then also kind of what was that one in Central Park a few years ago?
The Scarecrow one?
Yes.
Or like Harvest?
Yeah.
Or not Harvest, but dang it. I don't know. I'm so sleepy. I can't think of anything.
But the one with the crow guy and the pig and the tractor out front.
that was Scarecrow. Yeah, that was Scarecrow.
That's kind of the vibe that I'm getting, but like think early 2000s version of that, where
Right.
it wasn't as artistic as they are now. Interesting.
Yeah, I just have to give props to the name Field of Screams. That's a great pun. It's very clever. I love it.
Yes, I agree with you. And the rhyming in the Dr. Seuss area. Very silly. Our second crossing point from Iowa back to Universal is going to be over in the New York backlot. And that scare zone was called Fright Yard. An ominous industrial landscape of rusty trucks, stacked freight containers, and burning buses. The Fright Yard was infested with the worst society has to offer. You suddenly find yourself caught between survivor clans where the demented lie in wait for the twisted, and both tribes waiting for you, armed with chainsaws and flamethrowers. Good God.
Whoa.
They hide, lurk, and stalk guests in this heavy metal maze. Even with police choppers hovering above, this is a twisted and terrifying turf war that has no rules. Dang.
This sounds impossible.
I know. God, where's OSHA? We have flamethrowers just in a theme park? That's crazy. Awesome. I think I would have really liked it if I had seen it.
Yeah. And it connects you to Iowa. So if it's from New York, I wonder where that put you out in islands.
Oh. Yeah. I don't know. I'm like trying to think of when I would walk that way, like crossing between the two theme parks as an employee, but I really don't, unless it was, that's a really far walk. I have no idea, because the Seuss one is so much closer, because it just connects you to where you walk in to see Grinchmas, and like where the WWE and Five Nights at Freddy was this year. But yeah, I don't know about New York. Weird.
Yeah.
Color me intrigued.
I guess I wonder, maybe Lee remembers. He can tell us.
True. All right. So in the Boneyard, the midway of the bazaar could be found. Hurry, hurry, hurry. Step right up, step right in, and get lost in a place where childhood dreams grew up to be nightmares, and the nightmares are real. Old carnivals never die. Old circuses do not just go away. And old sideshows play on forever in the midway of the bazaar. This is the place where the oddities are normal, and you are on display for them. Step into the hypnotic light of the midway, and your journey is complete. A one-way trip to the breaking point of no return. God, their scare zones sound awesome this year.
And Midway of the Bazaar is like one of the old classics, one of the staple original. It was the original scare zone, but I feel like they just keep reinventing it.
Yeah, I mean, I guess that's a good thing about the not like detailed name Midway of the Bazaar. You can do truthfully anything. Yeah,
either you can kind of lean into either one of those words, Midway or Bazaar.
True,
and like that kind of covers a lot.
The pictures this year are great. So when this episode releases, make sure you're also looking at our Instagram. Or if you just want to Google some of these photos on your own, the costumes in this scare zone are absolutely ridiculous.
Oh, really? What kind of stuff are they wearing?
There are just like really Spirit Halloween-y looking posters all over the fences that line the scare zone. There's one guy that's in this bright yellow, like cheddar cheese colored suit jacket and orange and blue pants. But he has zombie makeup, but he also is wearing a green Wisconsin cheese hat. don't know. There's lots of like sideshow games that look really run down. There's some clowns, because of course you have to have clowns. There's a giant face of Jack the Clown. That was just one of the giant props on display. Yeah, stay tuned for a lot of cool Instagram posts, because this is great and everyone should see this. That's so funny. And then our last scare zone of HHN 14, we have over in the port of entry. It became the point of evil. Over the past 13 years, millions and millions have fallen under its irresistible allure. You've journeyed from far and near, inexplicably drawn by the monstrous dark energy that has been building, swirling in a vicious circle that surrounds the epicenter of fear. And now that power erupts in a blinding explosion of electricity that flashes across the night sky, pulling all towards the ultimate pinnacle of fascination and horror. Feeding on the fear of Halloween Horror Nights guests past and present, Point of Evil reaches out with its long fingers of hellfire lightning to drain you of the very last drop of courage and strength. See for yourself where the breaking point lies. Good Lord.
How are there this blinding explosion of electricity? What did that look like, I wonder?
I don't know.
This is very cool. I feel like they used to go way super elaborate. Whoa.
The logo for this one is giving Dr. Frankenstein's Dark Universe.
Okay.
It's very like
That's
blue
nice.
lightning, neon lights, steampunk. Very cool. It does look like, though, they had like electrical boxes everywhere. You know, like the lightning rods that they have at science museums where it's like a contained bolt of lightning. I think that's what they had.
Okay.
That's what it looks like. And then they also had that Sir Henry's Haunted Trail, the fog with the laser effect. So it looks like you're swimming like waist up in water. Very cool.
Yeah, that's always super effective.
Very cool. A stilt walker had a microphone for some reason. She looks like the villain from Captain EO. Very, very interesting. All right,
you find me beautiful.
Hooter, no. What a good show. Lindsay and I talk about Captain EO at least once a month. It's, I don't know why, but it somehow always comes up. So it's funny that it came up here too.
It is a very special and unique thing.
It is. Yeah. They should bring it back.
Okay.
All right. Well,
we are moving on to the shows. Yeah. Okay. And I need to go pull up the full description of what happens in this next topic. Because
yes.
It is important.
Hey, you know what? While you're doing that, we should have an ad break. I think that.
Oh, okay. Yeah, let's do it.
Yeah. Okay. And have fun wherever you're going in the magical Portkey ad break. Bye.
I wish to go to Universal.
Right, off you go. We'll beat to the edge of the Forbidden Forest.
Where can our vacation wizards take you? Just tap the Portkey at portkeyvacations.com and let the magic begin.
Oh my gosh. Welcome back. Whew.
Wow. It was an excellent break. I got so much rest. I'm feeling so awake now.
So rejuvenated.
Yeah.
My arms are really tired from flying to that far off place that the ad took us.
Oh yeah. Yeah. Every time you hear those ads, those sounds were recorded by us every week or every month.
True.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, anyway, we're back and we're here to talk about the shows of Halloween Horror Nights in 2004. And of course, first up, a staple, a long-held tradition that no longer is with us, but it's Bill and Ted's Excellent Halloween Adventure. Of course, this show is in the Toon Lagoon Amphitheater, and this is where we join Bill and Ted as these two most excellent dudes encounter awesome heroes and bogus villains from the year's most memorable TV shows, movies, music, and more. Party on! And we do need to read the entire show description and what everything is that happened. Remember, this is 2004. Comedy has changed.
Yes.
In the 22 years since this happened. So let's see what they were doing back then in 2004. Also a big, I think, year just culturally. There was like the elections going on and stuff, presidential elections. So cool. Here we go. Ready?
Ready.
So the show starts with the grown-up Olsen twins giving a speech about how there are scantily clad dancers, foul language, and explosions in the show. We Will Rock You plays as the cast from Queer Eye for the Straight Guy comes on stage and start dancing with some women to the song Cherry Pie by Warrant. A Channel 4 newsflash appears saying President Bush and presidential nominee John Kerry have disappeared and their whereabouts are unknown. The phone booth appears and out come Bush and Kerry accompanied by Darth Vader and a stormtrooper. 2004, I believe that this is a couple years after episode 2 came out, and episode 3 will be out the next year. So Star Wars is very big in the public mind, I think, at this time.
Mm-hmm.
Vader orders the stormtrooper to give the phone booth back to Bill and Ted before they discover that it is missing. Bush demands Vader to reveal his access of evil. I think that's probably axis of evil. Dr. Phil comes out of the ceiling and jumps on the stage. Dr. Evil. Did I say Dr. Phil?
You did.
Whatever. Same difference.
Same
Dr. Evil
difference.
comes out. Dr. Evil comes out of the ceiling and jumps on the stage and explains that he wants to become president. Kerry says that you cannot steal an election, and Bush begins to laugh uncontrollably. Kerry says... Kerry says he does not have a running mate, who Dr. Evil introduces as Charles Montgomery Burns from The Simpsons. Mr. Burns, that's good. Okay. So then Dr. Evil says he has assembled his evil cabinet. Bad by Michael Jackson begins to play, and Michael moonwalks on stage. He is appointed Secretary of Child Services.
Oh, no. Oh, my God.
Dr. Evil hosted a convention for pop culture's greatest villains called ShakaCon. He hired 2 evil interns, Nicole Richie and Paris Hilton. He also hired Clark Kent, who flies in. Paris and Nicole are ordered to take Bush and Kerry away to a cell, and the Wicked Witch of the West comes on stage, pedaling her bicycle. She joins Dr. Evil's cabinet. Dr. Evil vetoes the Bill and the Ted. Okay. Dr. Evil vetoes the Bill and the Ted. He invited them to his lair under the disguise of a wealthy socialite party. And when they arrive, Dr. Evil will execute them by beating the crap out of them. The Queer Eye guys want to make up his plan. So they decide to sneak up behind Bill and Ted and strangle them.
Golly.
The phone booth appears and Bill and Ted jump out. Michael Jackson greets them. The host of the socialite party is introduced to be Donald Trump. who is
good.
Dr. Evil in a Donald Trump disguise. Okay.
Oh.
They remark his hair and how great it looks, and they pull his hair off, and they see that he is Dr. Evil. Garfield appears to help Bill and Ted put Mr. Burns in a headlock. Harry Potter appears on stage, and Hellboy goes on stage as well. Bill and Ted start to think about how they do this every Halloween and how they should probably change what they do.
Ow.
Oh no, are you okay?
I'm okay.
Okay. So Dr. Evil screams that no one survives Shaka Khan, and the villains and heroes start fighting to the song "I Feel for You." In my mind right now, I don't think of what that song is. Paris and Nicole seduce Garfield until his estranged wife comes out on stage, who is Catwoman.
Oh my God.
She chases the three of them off stage. Vader gets Bill and Ted in a chokehold, and Clark Kent appears and tears away his clothes to reveal his underwear. Hellboy aims his gun at Vader, and Vader throws his gun away. Hellboy says he will have to do this the hard way, and then he uses his hand of doom to lift Vader by the groin and throw him into the phone booth. Harry Potter and the Wicked Witch battle, and Michael Jackson grabs Harry Potter and takes him away off stage.
Oh no.
The witch starts to chase Bill and Ted, but Garfield comes back on stage, and the Wicked Witch mistakes him for Puss in Boots. Garfield gets mad and pees on her, which makes her melt. Oh, yeah, it makes sense.
Good.
Bush and Carrie fight Dr. Evil and Mr. Burns and defeat them. Thriller plays, and the song and dance number begins. The show then ends.
That's
Ooh.
insane.
A lot
What?
of, yeah.
Yeah. That's a show.
Yeah, some of that stuff has come back and aged pretty unfavorably, I think.
Yeah. Yeah.
It seems like they were just willing to make a lot of really racy jokes. I'm looking at these pictures, and some of these are from the next year in 2005, because I'm seeing pictures from a Bill and Ted show that I did see. So if you're looking at the HHN Wiki at the 2004 Bill and Ted show, some of these pictures are not from that year, but the next year. And I don't want to say what they are, because we will talk about that show on our next history episode.
And you can, you saw it, which is...
I did see it.
Crazy.
There is a long while in my Horror Nights history where I did not watch Bill and Ted, because just like Bill and Ted remarked in this show, according to this account, it was kind of the same thing every year. And after 3 years of it, I was like, this is not where I want to spend my time at HHN. I would think I would rather do the houses.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
As silly as the descriptions are, I feel like I would probably feel the same way. Because I didn't even go see it
was
the 1 year I could have. We skipped it.
Right. Oh, wow.
Yeah. Yeah.
See, I do think that, you gotta, if it was still around, it's well, you have to see it so that you've seen it. But you will also, if you've seen it many years in a row, you're going to be like, okay, now I'm a little bit over it. That was my feeling, at least. I think many people in the Horror Nights community will disagree with that. And that's okay.
Yeah. But I also feel like a show like that could not be done well nowadays. You couldn't put
it's hard.
75% of that in there. these days. So it's like, and for good reason, you know, it's a good thing that we've aged out of that style of humor and comedy. So, you know, as much as I feel empathy for those who say bring Bill and Ted back, I don't think that it would be the same show that you liked, and then that would make us sad, you know? Like it's just it wouldn't
or it wouldn't
be the same.
It wouldn't be the same show, and then they would all be mad that like, man, it's not as good as it used to be.
But like we can't. I'm so sorry.
I think you can. I think you could. There's a way. There's a line that you can walk, and this show, it sounds like, crossed that line a big time in a lot of ways.
Yeah.
But you don't have to. You know, you don't have to do that. Anyway, next up, we had a parade. The Festival of the Dead parade returned. Once a year, they appear out of nowhere and march slowly through the dark streets, tempting all with baubles, bangles, and beads. A ritualistic procession that is impossible to ignore and all too easy to join, the Festival of the Dead parade worms its way through the landscape and into the minds of weak souls. Seductive, enticing, and mesmerizing, the floats and marchers move in a rhythm that is horrifyingly hypnotic and designed to do only one thing: draw you into the midway of the bazaar. Oh, that's cool.
That is so cool.
And looking at the wiki, the midway of the bazaar zone was in the Boneyard, which is now where the Music Plaza is. So it sounds like they would lead you probably from like where the parade step-offs happens now across the park to the plaza, which sounds cool.
That's awesome.
That's my guess. I wonder if the parade route is like drawn out on a map in this wiki.
Maybe there's a picture of a park map that I could. This is 14.
It would be so cool if they could do the Festival of the Dead parade again, but it could never happen now. It's too busy. It's too crowded.
Yeah.
I did see one thing that's kind of like a parade, and we'll get to that when we get there. I'm forgetting what year it was. It was probably like 2008, or something like that.
The park map from that year doesn't show a parade route. It just shows the letter E, which is labeled Festival of the Dead parade. Universal Studios side, right where, like the exit of Sting Alley, if you're looking out to the lagoon. So maybe that's where
it looks. On the wiki, it says the parade route usually goes from Hollywood through the Plaza of the Stars and to New York. However, in 2004, it started in the Boneyard, went up New York, across the Revenge of the Mummy ride, down South Street, down Hollywood, and ended in the Boneyard. So it started and ended in the Boneyard.
Nice. That's so cool.
Yeah.
Sad. Maybe I'll find a really good video of it somewhere on the internet.
There is one linked in the wiki.
Oh, perfect.
Yeah.
Love a Halloween parade.
This
fun.
Parade feels like it was just like Halloween Mardi Gras is kind of what it seems like what it was. That's
so cool. I wonder if they threw anything like coins or beads.
Yeah, they did. It has beads and stuff pictured.
Nice.
Yeah. I'm sure they had the coins. I think I've seen some of the the parade coins for Halloween. They're like very rare now. I'm sure they go for a lot of money on eBay.
Yeah. Well, even the Mardi Gras coins, I feel like are a rare thing now. They stopped doing that.
I don't know. I think they don't throw them out in the parade, but if you go to like when the parade people are just like in the street taking pictures and like dancing and stuff, they do have them sometimes. They like give them to you. They don't throw them off the floats, you know?
Yeah. I got a couple the year that Mardi Gras was canceled for COVID. I remember getting them that year, but I don't know if I've seen them since. But that's so fun.
I always like getting them. I love the sound that those Mardi Gras coins make when you hit them against each other. I don't know. It's a really unique sound. I love it. It's like this like high, I don't know how to describe it. You'll know, if you know, you know.
Yeah. Because they're that weird thin metal, but they're still like, I
always thought they were plastic. Yeah. I don't know. I love them.
They're good. And they're so cute. They always have such a cute design on them. All right. Well, before we get too sidetracked, that's going to do it for this episode. We have wrapped up another HHN history lesson. Thank you to HHN Legacy and HorrorNights.fandom.com for all the info. And thank you for listening. We hope to see you soon in the fog. Until next time, for more content, be sure to check out our Facebook page at facebook.com/RushOfFear and follow us on Instagram and Twitter at RushOfFearPod.
It's true. If you're in Vero Beach area on January 25th, come see Pangolin at the Stamp Fest at the Stamp Bar. If you are in Melbourne on February 13th, come see Pangolin play at Pineapples. And if you're in Orlando on March 13th, come see Pangolin play at Stardust Coffee and Video. Yep, that's all we've got. Thanks for listening, everyone. The podcast has come to an end. Now, get out.
Bye.